Day 14, we have got our gentle stability flow. So still be expecting to wobble, but just slower. That's it. We're really going to be focusing on our ankles a lot today, because as you can imagine, that resistance to change, especially that lower body, which is quite a big powerhouse for us, the ankles are grounded and rooted to the floor. So thinking about the ankles, think about those toes spread really, really widely. And that is going to give us the really good base, the really good root to help us keep stable. Again, like yesterday, have a chair, have some blocks, whatever you need to, just to feel a little bit more safe in your practice. But again, have fun. And this is all going to help building on your stability, building on that mobility, and your flexibility is going to be coming along as well with these 30 days. Okay, let's get started. We're going to be standing today at the top of our mat. Have your feet about hip-width distance apart. Really spread those toes. Ground through the big toe all the way through to the little toe. Hands down to the side in your mountain. Maybe you close down the eyes. Core ever so slightly engaged. Think about that pelvis. Are you sticking your bum out? Are you tucking your bum under? Or is it just that natural curve? And I want you to just sway from side to side, back and forward. When you go forward, feel those toes gripping, and try to just spread them out even further. Rather than gripping, try to reach them further forward. And feel those ankles starting to warm up, all those tendons in the front of the ankles starting to spark. Maybe you come slightly onto your tiptoes and start to rotate around, taking the pelvis all the way around those heels, and the other way. Your breath is going to be really helpful with today, so start to connect with those deep inhales, deep exhales, in through your nose, out through your nose. Keep swaying around here, keep warming up those ankles. And we're going to try and be on our hands the least possible, but just give those wrists some rotations, start to warm them up. Interlace those hands, draw the palms away from you and push those hands away, separating the shoulder blades, really stretching through the fronts of those palms, stretching down the back of the hands through those knuckles. Inhale, take the hands high, make sure you're not flaring your ribs. And down. 2 more times, really slowly pushing the hands away. And up. And down. Final time. Okay, back to your mountain. Maybe your feet are together, maybe your feet are apart, whatever feels the most stable for you. Make sure those toes are facing straight out. And then slowly come all the way up to your tiptoes. Now make sure that you're not sickling those ankles so they're not dropping in. You're not coming up and then going like this or going like that. They're really thinking about the knees, the ankles, the toes in line. So coming up all as one. Really think about that big toe. That helps me a lot because so many times people want to go to the outside of the feet. So really think about this energy drawing up through, really focusing on the big toes. Come as high as you can and then back down. Really drawing those knees up, activating the quads, spreading those toes as wide as possible, making sure the ankles are really strong. You're not dropping those out to one side. Do 5 more here. Okay, final one for me. And now we're coming into our chair pose, so absolutely practice with the feet apart. Just make sure those thighs are active and your knees aren't dropping in. Toes together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, sink all the way down, hands up. And now I know we always say to lift our toes up, to wiggle them, to make sure that our weight is in the heels, but now we want to take the weight forward and lift the heels up. Again, making sure they're not sickling. And down, take the weight back to the heels. And inhale all the way up, really spreading those toes. That is going to be the only way that helps you keep stable here. 2 more times, up onto those tiptoes. And down, really nice, final time. Staying on your tiptoes. 3, 2, and 1. Exhale all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step this right leg straight back into your low lunge, whether you want your knee down or your knee up. Staying here, we're taking the hands off, so put them at heart center. And we really want to think again about everything working. Really think about those ankles, think about those toes. Draw the shoulder blades back, core engaged. Adding a bit of change here, so we want to resist this change. Inhaling, coming into an easy twist, left hand high, right arm down, but don't put that right hand to the ground. Still draw those shoulder blades towards one another. Look up if you can. Keep drawing that energy through that back leg. Trying not to take that right hand down, really nice. Last inhale, exhale, take that right knee down, untuck those toes. Take the left hand all the way back down to the ground, right hand high. Don't touch that left hand down. Really resist this change. Activate the core. Tiny back bend here. And then on your next exhale, we're coming all the way forward, hands to heart center. And continuing that exhale, coming into your half splits. No hands. So flexing that left foot, straightening through that left leg, or maybe a micro bend. Wobbling around, breathing here. Keeping that core engaged. Really nice. Inhale, bring this left leg all the way back to meet the right. Kneel all the way down, really good. Other side. Kneel all the way up. Slowly bring this right leg forward. Try not to touch the ground. Tuck the left toes, come all the way up into your low lunge. Maybe your knee is down. Staying here. Really feeling that energy driving through the back leg. And then next exhale, coming into this easy twist. Right hand high. Don't touch the left hand down. Still squeezing the shoulder blades together. Feel that wobble as we start to change. We transition from pose. Breathing here. Exhale, left knee down, toes untucked. Right hand all the way down to the ground, but not touching, left hand high. Again, and remember, stability is that resistance to change as we go through each transition. Breathing here. And next, exhale, hands to heart center. And straighten through this right leg into your half splits. Flexing those toes. Making sure the forefoot is really drawing back with those toes. Breathing here. Inhale all the way through, back to your low lunge just for a second. If you can, bring the left leg forward to meet the right into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll all the way up through standing, really nice. Inhale, take the hands high, gaze high, all the way onto the tippy toes. Exhale, keeping the heels off, coming into our chair pose. Staying here. Final inhale. Exhale, put the heel down of the left foot straight back with that right foot into your low lunge. No hands down if you can. Breathing here. Next, exhale, easy twist. Don't put that right hand down, reach the left hand high. Feel all of those tendons in your ankles really firing. Exhale, right knee down, toes untouched. Reach the left hand all the way back and down, right hand high. Tiny little back bend here. Exhale, hands come all the way to heart center. And then straighten through the left leg into your half splits. Inhale, see if you can bring this left leg all the way back without popping your foot down. Down to kneeling, really nice. It's harder than you think, isn't it? Okay, get that breath back. Inhale all the way up to kneeling again. Bring this right foot forward into your low lunge. Pick up that left knee, tuck those toes. Next, exhale, easy twist. Right hand high, don't touch that left hand down. Just using that oblique to spin you around. Next, exhale, left knee down, toes untouched. Right hand all the way down, left hand high, tiny back bend. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Coming into the half splits. Flexing the right foot, straightening through the right leg. Really trying to feel lifted through the crown of the head. Make sure you're drawing all 5 toes back evenly. Inhale, right foot down, tuck the left toes, knee off. And again, if you can, bring the left leg forward to meet the right. Exhale, forward fold. Take the feet wide into your ragdoll. Hang the head, chest rests onto the thighs. And just sway here. Just let that tension that's been building up completely let go of it. Maybe you take some big sighs. Final inhale here. And exhale. Feet crawl towards one another again, forward fold. Inhale, expansive half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll all the way up through standing. Coming into our tree pose, I mean, if there is no better stability testing pose than tree pose, I don't know what there is. I'll come to face you. So we just don't want to be putting our foot onto our knee. So whether your foot is here, on your calf, or on your thigh, wherever, it's still going to be the same difficulty because you're going to be working to your ability. So, starting with the right leg, grounding through this left leg as much as you can, just like we're in mountain, so all 5 toes grounding. Make sure the knee is directly over the ankle, toes directly forward. Wherever you want this foot, wherever the sole of the foot is connecting with this standing leg, make sure the standing leg is pushing into the sole of the foot and the sole of the foot is pushing into the thigh as well, or into the calf. That is going to be helping your stability as well. Think about the openness here of the thigh, so drawing that knee away to the back and squeeze everything to this central line, so don't dump this left hip, Squeeze it into this central line so you're nice and lifted. So you're going to need to use these left glutes. Pull up that left knee so that your quads are active. Okay, so hands to heart center to start with. Breathing here. Core is engaged. Glutes are active. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Maybe you're already feeling those ankles wobbling. Next, inhale, take the hands high. Try to engage the body because we're trying to resist this change with this transition. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands wide. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands wide. Exhale, hands to heart center. Final test, close your eyes. This is going to be amazing. I'm already full. Okay, as soon as you fall down, we'll switch over to the other side. Really good work. Just shake out your legs. Okay, preparing for the other side. You might find that one side is a lot stronger than the other. Okay, so ground through the right foot, make sure the toes are spread nice and wide. You're really pushing down so you're already lifting up. You're feeling this lift happen, squeezing those glutes on the right side, pulling up that knee. Wherever you want to put this foot. And then wherever it is, just make sure that connection is happening both ways so you're really pushing into one another. Both glutes are working, drawing this left knee towards the back. Crown of the head high, hands to heart center. Make sure you're grounding through that big toe. I can already feel myself starting to go out to the outside. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, hands wide. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, hands wide. Exhale, heart center. Final test, close the eyes. Really feel yourself wobbling. All of those tendons in the ankles firing. That weight switching over from the one toe through to the other toes. Oh, and I'm gone. Really nice, have a wobble. Really, really good. Okay, I'm just coming back up to the top of my mat. Take your feet wide now, just over hips width. Big inhale, bend through the knees, reach up high, gaze up. Exhale, bend the knees a lot, sweep the hands all the way down, hang the head. Big inhale, reach all the way high through bent knees. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to the side, completely fold here. One more time, really nice, big inhale. And exhale. Really nice. Just hanging here. Plant the hands down just at shoulders width. Step all the way back into your high plank. Final bit of work here. Drive the energy through the heels. Push the mat away. Spread the fingers really nicely. Almost like you're doming your back in cow. In our yogi high plank, we've got our pelvis a little bit higher than your normal one that you would do in your kind of fitness workout. And that's to create space through this chest so that when we are stepping forward, it actually gives us a space, because if my pelvis was low, I wouldn't be able to step forward. So staying here. 3, 2, 1.5. 1. Knees down, toes untucked, come all the way back into your child's pose. Forehead down. Decide whether you want to do wide knees or closed knees. Breathing here. Really feeling that breath coming through the back body now. Final inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, head all the way up. Swing over onto one hip to bring those legs all the way around. Coming into a forward fold. Now, if you know you're somebody that starts to slump like this when you're seated, sit on a block. Pull this fatty bit of your bum out so you can really feel that groundedness through the sit bones. Flex those feet. So we don't want these toes just pulling back like this. Really think about the whole of the forefoot as well, pulling back at the same time, because that activates the shins and the calves, helps the quads activate, allows the hamstrings to lengthen. Otherwise, you're always going to make it really impossible to improve this flexibility. Okay. Hands just beside you. Maybe you stay here. Maybe this is enough of a stretch for you. Remember, you can absolutely bend these knees. Or folding from the hip creases, leading with your chest, start to come down into this forward fold. Feel like you're almost sticking your bum out. Keep the feet flexed. Now don't go down if you start to round your back, because anybody, or most people, if you round your back enough, you're going to be able to touch your toes. But we really want to be working on lengthening these hamstrings. Breathing here. As you start to get more used to it, maybe you can inhale. Really feel this lift, really feel this crease going smaller and the bum sticking out more. And then on the exhale, maybe you can fold a little bit more. But really keep this chest nice and open, pulling the shoulder blades together. Keep flexing those feet. One final inhale here, and exhale. Inhale, walk all the way up, really, really nice. Take the feet, the soles of the feet together now, coming into our butterfly. We're going to come into a passive butterfly, just to counter stretch our backs. So maybe your heels are slightly further out, more in a diamond shape, that's absolutely fine. Inhale, think about this length. And then on your exhale, fold forward for a really rounded spine. Hang the head. Feel that stretch going all the way from the crown of the head down the back of the neck, down through the spine, all the way down to the tailbone. That head hanging heavier with every exhale. Tune into your breath. Start to prepare your body for slowing down. Working into our Shavasana. So feel that breath getting slower, getting deeper. Final breath here, inhale, exhale. Inhale, slowly roll all the way up through every vertebrae, head being the last thing to come up. Take the feet out in front of you and really slowly roll all the way down. Hugging those knees into your chest. Taking any extra movement you know that you need before we come into our Shavasana. And when you are ready, we will meet you there. So legs out long, as wide or wider than the mat, feet falling out to the sides. Hands away from the body, palms facing up, and close down the eyes. That belly rising and falling. Not holding on to anything, no tension, not holding on to any of the muscles, just allowing everything to feel heavy. Especially allowing those feet to fall to the sides. After all of that work that they've done, keeping us upright. Wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingers, starting to come out of our Shavasana. Big stretch. Knees up, roll over to one side. And then push yourself all the way up to seated. Hands onto the thighs, palms facing up. Keep the eyes closed. I hope that you feel really rooted and grounded, and really try to think about all of those areas that we've been working on, so the mobility of our ankles, working into that stability and that flexibility that we're starting to layer on as well. Take the hands to heart center, bow the chin to the chest, thumbs to the third eye. Well done. We're almost halfway through, so really, really good job. Thank you so much for joining this challenge. I really, really enjoyed filming all of the content, so I hope that you have enjoyed it as well. And I can't wait to see you all again on our lives. Whenever you're ready, take the hands away from the eyes and start to blink the eyes open.